Hello everyone and welcome to the series. On this episode we kick off the journey by visiting an island in Estonia and doing some camping in Finland. Good morning guys. So here we are, Paluknis airfield, about to start our journey. Initially the plan is to make our way to Nordkapp, that's the northernmost point of continental Europe, then proceed southwest along the Norwegian coast before making our way across the Atlantic by Scotland, Iceland, Greenland to Canada and then the States. I was excited about finally starting this journey and thinking about all the interesting and beautiful places that await me. And I was also anxious because it's the first time I'm doing a trip like this and on top of it doing it solo. But I was confident in my preparation. First stop, Kuressaare, Estonia. It's about a 2-hour flight. The weather is great. So let's go. Clear prop!
Lima Uniform Zulu, užimo vykdomąją 236, išvykimas per šiaurinį.
Although the weather was warm and sunny, it does get turbulent on days like this, and today was no exception. Heading north, we pass over the flat and what some may say boring Lithuanian landscape, but to me this is home and I never get tired of this view. Close to the Latvian border is a town where I grew up, so I can't resist and make a circle around it. That's one of the beautiful things of flying via far and uncontrolled airspace. If you see something you like, you go there. Next we cross into Latvia. We're not making any stops here today, just passing over to the west of Riga. Flying over the Bay of Riga will be our first segment of flying beyond gliding distance to land, so it's a good idea to put on a life jacket. That way if the engine quits, we'll be better prepared to put the plane in the water and evacuate. And with Kuressaare in sight, we begin our descent. The weather is nice, but it is a bit windy, so it did get a bit bumpy on this approach.
Lima Uniform Zulu entering left down to northern 17.
Lima Zulu, shadow wind 110 degrees, 11 knots, runway 173.
So here we are, Kuressaare Airport. First stop on our trip. Spend about a couple hours here, take the bicycle, go to the town, sightsee a little bit. Then we'll be on our way to the next one. Situated on the southern coast of Saaremaa Island, it's a calm town with only around 13,000 people, but with rich history. Most notable landmark being its well-preserved medieval castle built in the 14th century. I spent a couple of hours biking around the town, taking in its slow-paced vibe. Alright, so that was a nice little stop, little tour around the town. Now we're heading back to the aircraft and off to Pihta Airport. Sorry if I mispronounced that, or Redstone. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Anyways, the flight time is about 1 hour and 50 minutes. And there's some CBs forecasted on our route. Looks clear here, but I guess we'll see. Let's hop in.
Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu departing in the traffic pattern to the north, climbing 2,000 feet.
Next we head north to Finland, over the West Estonian archipelago, which is a group of around 900 islands. Then over the Gulf of Finland, and then we pass just south of Helsinki.
Automatic weather report, wind 150 degrees 6 knots. Cavalcade, temperature 24.
Very quick stop, we got some avgas, and it's another quick flight, 1 hour to Baharu, a place where we will stop for the night. Baharu is in the beautiful Finnish lakeland region. There's tens of thousands of lakes here, and this one is Lake Saaremaa. I chose Baharu as my first night stop because it seems like a good airfield for camping. And I took my camping equipment on this trip, basically in case of unforeseen circumstances like getting stuck at some random airfield, or survival after emergency landing in some remote area. And also I do like camping, so if there is a nice camping place on the way, then why not? Baharu is a small town situated on an esker which separates the Saaremaa lake system. It's an iconic landscape feature in Finland, and the road that runs through it was voted as the best scenic road in Finland. And it truly is amazing. Well, that felt really good. The water is just perfect temperature, and look how clear it is. Back at the airfield, I set up camp, had some food, and called it a day. Alright, on the menu tonight, rice and chicken curry. Looks pretty good. Let's see how that tastes. Nice. That's actually pretty good. So good morning, guys. It is 7:30 in the morning. Looks like another beautiful day. So let's get ready for some more flying. Alright guys, we're all set to go for our first flight of today. And it looks like I'm taking a bunch of extra passengers with me. First stop today will be Lieksanurmes, another small airfield in the northern Karelian region.
Guys, I'm already so amazed with the scenery so far. The beautiful lakes and forests here in Finland are just amazing. I can imagine that Norway and Iceland are just gonna be insane.
Here's Lake Pielinen, another iconic lake in Finland with its many islands and eskers. So here we are, Lieksanurmes Airport. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but there is a nice little creek that goes around the airport. So I'm going to take my kayak, hike down there, launch and do a little kayaking. Should be fun. I'm just hiking on some random forest path. Now turning this way. So approaching the creek. Now we just have to find a way to get down there. It's a bit steep. This looks pretty decent actually. So here we are. I was actually enjoying the mellow, windy river until this part. Alright, so looks like we have a beaver dam coming up. Maybe it's not a dam, just a bunch of trees stuck together. We do need to get across it somehow. So there seems to be quite a few dams here. I will not continue the rest of the way. Bye bye, river. So we're on the road, about a 1 kilometer walk to the airport. So that was a bit of a sketchy adventure, but hey, you know, gotta try something on the way. This is the only thing I can think of at this particular place because it's in the middle of nowhere and there's not much around, as you can see, except forests. So here we are back at the plane. Let's have a quick snack. Then we'll be on our way. We start up, taxi onto the runway, and off we go to Sodankylä.
And Sodankylä we are estimating in 1 hour and 20 minutes. We have just crossed the Arctic Circle. Basically the sun never sets north of this line during midsummer. And it's only a week past midsummer, so we're pretty much Gonna see midnight sun from here on out.
Traces of human activity become more and more sparse. Quick stop in Sodankula, just get some avgas, and then off to Ivalo.
Sodankula traffic, Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu, taking off runway 34.
Ivalo is the northernmost airport in Finland, and we will spend the night there before heading to Norway tomorrow.
And Lima Uniform Zulu, where can I park for the night?
To the left you can see the black hall, and next to that two ultralights, so next to those ones.
Okay, thank you.
So another day completed. Let's grab our stuff, and tonight we're gonna kayak and camp down by the river. So we parked the plane and off we go to find the river. Hopefully this one's gonna be a bit bigger than the one earlier today. Woohoo! Downhill! Oh, this is gonna be hard tomorrow morning. So it's not the most comfortable rowing position with all the stuff loaded in front of me, but I'm doing good speed. I guess the sandbar is my hotel room for the night. How's that for a view? There were many reindeer tracks on that beach, so I was kind of hoping that I would spot at least one, but unfortunately I didn't. Here's my camp. Time to go for a swim. Another delicious meal after a long day. Tonight we're eating mashed potatoes with mincemeat. As I was enjoying my meal, I was watching the sun move ever so slowly along the horizon and thinking how great it was to be here at such perfect weather, not giving much thought that tomorrow will be a whole different story.